was that he was an announcer for area spelling bees. Now, I asked a few people about the spelling bees. No one really knew. Al, can you just elaborate just a little bit on your announcing for spelling bees?
It was a great event.
Great event. Was that schools?
Pardon?
Was it at schools, or was there a spelling bee here at the fair? Or
That was outside school.
outside school?
National Scripts spelling bee.
The National Script Spelling Bee was announced. So I thought today we're going to have our own spelling bee here at the Clay County Fair. Maybe Jeremy, something, I don't know, Jeremy, might want to continue. We'll see how it goes here today, right? So Al has a few special guests here today. So I'm going to ask some of them to come down and participate in our spelling bee today. So I need Tracy Schubert, Al's daughter. You come down here right in front of the podium. Is anyone here yet from KICD? Not yet? Okay. If you see KICD come in, send them right here. Okay, Jeremy Parsons, Clay County Fair Manager. Verdon Schmidt, former co-worker at Farms Implement and friend. And Dana Metcalf, fellow tractor pull enthusiast.
Thank you for all that good ideas.
I'm going to give you the rules. All right. So, the rules of the spelling bee today are that there really aren't any rules. I think the words I'm going to give you will be familiar to you. So it shouldn't be too hard. I suppose if you really need to, you could phone a friend. Okay, Verdon, you're going to go first.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Verdon, your word is Steiger. Now just wait. Think about it. Let me give you a few clues. A type of tractor that is a unique green color. You may have heard of the Panther model. Al used to sell this brand of tractor when he was part owner of Farms Implement until it closed in 1993. At one time, there was a contest regarding Steiger product knowledge. I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that Al earned the title of the top product knowledge specialist in all of North America. Yeah. In fact, he was so knowledgeable that Steiger asked him to put on their shows. So we're done. I'm going to hand you the mic.
Steiger, S-T-E-I-G-E-R, Steiger.
You're done. Okay. Tracy, your word is broadcasting. Okay, let me use this in context. After his career at Farms Implement, Al started a career with KICD as their farm director. Al's superior knowledge of the agriculture industry served him well in this role. And additionally, on a personal note, Al donated hundreds of hours of his time training my FFA students for the FFA Ag Broadcasting Career Development event. And he was so flexible in coming to school to work with students during their study halls. I would text him, be like, hey, they can't do it 6th hour, but they can do it 8th hour. And, okay, no problem. And he continued, he judged that event at the sub-district, district, and I think state levels, and continues to do that. I asked some of my students if they had any special memories of their time spent one-on-one with Al, and Dayton, he said, well, Al was just great. He always wanted to know, read my comments, but mostly I remember him giving me some good-natured tea retired from the extension, he continued judging and announcing at local county fair livestock events. Many of you heard him just this morning at the County Beef Show. He also served on the Clay County Extension Council as well as the State Extension Council. Al especially had a passion for judging bottle bucket calf contests at local county fairs. So, Jeremy, Osceola.
Osceola. O-S-C-E-O-L-A. Osceola.
I don't have any more rounds, just one round with this, but. Okay. Dana, your word is actually 2 words. So I told you there's no rules. Full pole. Yep. We know that today's tractor poles use a floating finish, but back in Al's day, the ultimate goal was a full pole. Al formally organized all the Clay County Fair tractor poles and helped bring the National Tractor Pull Association and Iowa Tractor Pull Association to the fair for the contest. He recruited his harms implement guys to run things at the poles and was hugely responsible for the entire event. Al has a general enthusiasm and appreciation for tractors of all makes, models, and colors. You'll notice a replica of his special 5 millionth IH tractor on one of his cakes. He continues to be a participant in the KIC Tractor Ride and annually organizes the Antique Tractor Show at the South Park Mall for the Northwest Iowa Tractor Club. So, Dana, full pole.
Full pole. F-U-L-L. P-U-L-L. Full pole.
Very good, very good. Okay, I have one more word. I'm going to need a volunteer from the crowd.
Granddaughter.
Okay, good. Great, come on down. Okay, Kaya, this is Al's granddaughter. Your word is hot seat. So before you spell this word, let me explain. We all know that Al appreciates a clean vehicle and equipment, and for a time he sold this brand of pressure washers, and you could find him at various agricultural expositions across the region. You could also see him every year on the Clay County Fairgrounds, where he probably ended his conversation with you by saying, "Do have a good day." Hot seat.
Hot seat. H-O-T-S-Y.
You got it. Okay. Well, thank you to all of our impromptu spelling bee participants. You can go back to your seats. But I hope that this helped our audience learn a little bit more about Al and all of his contributions, not only to the 4-H program, but to agriculture in general across the state and country. Clay County is so pleased to be able to recognize Al Grigg as a member of the Iowa 4-H Hall of Fame. At this time, I will call Isabel Deercup to the podium to present Al with the plaque, or maybe from.
Well, Al, congratulations from us at the Clay County Extension and the 4-H and FFA programs here in Northwest Iowa. Thank you for all that you have done for us, and you couldn't be a better fit for our 2022 Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, everybody. I'd like to start off by thanking the State 4-H Foundation. For those of you that may not know, the State 4-H Foundation started this award in 2002. Every county is allowed to nominate one person for the award. The awards are given out at the Iowa State Fair on the last day of the fair, and I was at the last day of the fair this year to receive this award. I told the contact person from the State 4-H office when she notified me that I would be the award winner for Clay County. She also asked if I would give a response after the awards were given at the state fair. And I said, sure, I'd like to give 30 or 35 minutes for it. And the telephone line went dark. It went absolutely silent. I thought she fainted. Pretty soon, Mary Clancy came back on the line and says, I need 3 or 5 minutes. So I did that. But I also told all the 4-Hers that were in the audience that day, I was in 4-H about 70 years ago. When I graduated from school 60 years ago, this past May, we had a very few limited amount of extracurricular activities. We had boys and girls basketball. And all of you remember when girls basketball was 6-on-6, a real basketball game, not like they do today. If you had 2 good teams on the floor, you'd likely have 100 points each. Most people got that, a few of the younger ones did not. But anyway, I told the 4-H people that there's 6 general categories of 4-H with 40 different areas. And I challenged the 4-Hers to expand their horizon. If they're doing whatever they are now, do something different in the next year or the next year after that. To expand their horizon. They never know what they can accomplish until they start doing it. So hopefully they will follow through. Again, thank you very much for this time. I do also have to thank my daughter Tracy and my wife Connie. They put this nomination together for me unbeknownst to me. When the award nomination process came to me, I was completely blown away. I had no idea this was going to happen. My wife told me that we had to be at a certain place at a certain time. Well, you just do it. Well, then this happened. So, you do very well.
The award that I received is a state 4-H award. Every county is entitled to 1 nominee per year. It was started by the State 4-H Foundation back in 2002. And because of the State 4-H Foundation and the extension service in every county in Iowa, there's 99 county awards given on a yearly basis. During the pandemic time, there was a couple of years they missed, but they're back at it again now. Receiving this award was a total surprise to me. I had to go through a nomination process that I knew nothing about. My daughter and my wife, my daughter Tracy and my wife Connie, put the nomination in, not knowing to me, and then it proceeded from there through a clarification process and state award, and finally the State 4-H office notified me that I would be the award winner, and I had no idea it was coming. I moved my family into Everly 50 years ago on April 1. And I've been involved in 4-H for 70 years ago. I was in 4-H. And in 4-H back at that time was livestock projects and a few other projects, but not as varied, not as wide as what it is today. But it's still very important. Our 4-H leader, we had a 4-H club in every township, and my 4-H leader happened to say, why don't you and your neighbor get together and do a working demonstration, which was stand in front of an audience and explain something and how to do it and so forth. So we did that, and we proceeded from the Woodbury County Fair to the State Fair and did that numerous years. So that kind of got me involved in speaking before a group and everything else, and that's what I try and instill on young 4-Hers today. Expand your knowledge, expand your perimeters, get outside your local confidence level. The importance of 4-H is to build character for one thing, build self-esteem, build leadership. It's a great leadership place, and expanding your knowledge into other areas you might not know about. The youth of today is going to be our leaders tomorrow, and that's what I try and instill in them is you need to think about what is going to happen tomorrow, and how are you going to make that happen? How will you make a difference? And thinking about that. There's still project areas in 4-H where those type of individuals can excel in. And once they excel, they might want to step into something else that they can excel in again. So again, there is a project area for everyone involved. The satisfaction of seeing somebody do something very, very, very well. The presentation that was given here today in Clay County was just outstanding. The organizers, and I'm sure there were many, many behind the scenes, did an excellent job of doing that.